ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening once again and welcome to your TGIF Look at Sports. The New Providence Softball Association taking advantage of no rain on Thursday night and send the heavy hitters into the batter's box to begin their first round best-of-5 playoffs. Let's start with some great defense by the Sharks. Sharp hit by Rebecca to the hot corner, scooped up and to second and over the first. Looks good. Another hit to third and nothing is passing her. Not the best of throws to first, but Wildcats strand the runner at third. 1-zip Wildcats, bottom of the fifth. Sharks with runners on second and third. Looper to center and one run comes in. Slow roller to short and another run comes in. Before inning is over, 4-1 Sharks as the hits came at the right time. Top of the sixth and bases juice with Cats and shot to right. Dropped by the right fielder and that would be costly. Wildcats score 5 to take a 7-4 lead heading to the final frame. And with the bases loaded, Mary Cruz Edgecombe rears back and gets us swinging. Game 1 to the Wildcats, 7-4.
Game 1 was a pretty good game to start off with. We know that we had to come out on top because they were the home team. So we just went out there. We started kind of slow and we got it together and came out with the win. There wasn't any pressure on us because we was up, especially in the last inning. I know that we could beat these girls easily. If our team start hitting, then there is nothing you can do with us. And we kind of played good defense tonight, so we know that defense brings offense, and we're going to be definitely ready for Game 2, being home team.
Sharks coach Shane Aubrey summed it up best, jitters and rookie mistakes.
We made a few errors in the game, and that made the whole difference in the game. I think we hit the ball well enough to win. We scored enough runs to win. Pretty much had a pretty good situation. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Pretty good bat at the plate, but it just wasn't meant to be. I'm still hopeful for a victory in Game 2 on Saturday, so our spirits are still high.
The men's game was over before it even started, as Chance's Mighty Mitts were definitely not in the same league as the BTC Warriors. And wide with bases open with someone pitched to the best hitter in the Bahamas right now, Sherman Ferguson deposits this one into Big Pond and Warriors take it 16-7. Tonight it'll be the Lady Truckers against the Lady Hitters and ZNS Hitmen against the Commando Security Truckers. Rain easing up to allow play in the private schools as well. The campus of the Big Red Machine is where we go for the matchup between SAC and the Blue Waves of St. Anne's senior girls. Blue Waves came out swinging, but Dashe Stubbs also came out firing. High pitch swinging and connecting. This one hit to short and misplay by the Blue Waves, and a run comes across the machine with 4 runs in the first. Stubbs also big at the play. Watch out, Ashley. This one headed right for you. Bases clearing home run. SAC with 11 runs in the second. Big hits and runs would be the order of the day, as the Big Red Machine would use a full tank of gas on the Blue Waves. Subs sending 7 of the 11 batters she faced back with the bat in their hands in the 15-zip win.
I normally don't pitch. I'm normally a catcher, but when it's time, if my team needs me and I need to put on a soldier status and go there and do it for them, then I have to do what I gotta do. We practice hard. We've been practicing from like the first week of September, and we go there every day and do this over and over and over. So we had enough confidence to feel that we was gonna come up with the victory. We're not as strong as we were last year, but the difference between last year and this year, we willing to work even more hard.
More tonight from the big announcement that the Carl Oliver Track in North Andros will receive a Mondo service. No shortcuts will be taken. Andros too needs a state-of-the-art facility.
What happens if you're having not even an international meet? Let's say this afternoon, there's just a couple of high school kids and they run, and one of them breaks a record. If that facility is not certified, that record is not valid. So it's not fair. You know that this is a sport that you compete, you give your life just to get a bit more seconds ahead of you. It's an individual sport, so it's very hard when you're throwing or jumping a few meters or feet ahead of you. So that have to be recognized, and it's a bit of respect for the athletes.
And according to Michael Toven from Mondo, This may just open the door to major events outside Nassau and Grand Bahama.
Once we complete the facility in Andros, I mean, it's the same type of products that you have at the Olympics. You will be able to host any national, regional, or international championship, with only two exceptions: Olympic Games and World Championships.
Rower Emily Morley, the first ever Bahamian to compete at the Olympic and recently back from the World Championships, enjoying the rock star treatment she has been getting.
It's amazing. My dad went to the Olympics in 1984 for swimming, for backstroke, and he kind of set that little image out in my head my senior year of college, like, you can try, and if you succeed, obviously it'd be an amazing experience. And so representing the Bahamas in Rio was like such an amazing experience. Just wearing the uniform itself was something that I will never forget. Even just being recognized as a Bahamian within the rowing community was huge because they'd never seen us before. So it was great to put a face to that country in the sport of rowing, but just in general, it's so much fun to come back to the Bahamas and people recognize you, or go to the club, Nassau Rowing Club that I row out of, and people get excited to see me. Like, that's obviously never happened to me before.
For sports on a Friday, you've been told. Have yourself a great weekend.